Good evening to you all. Right, here we go. Some more, I guess, sneaking footage here. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to get upon some elevated points within this particular map. Now, again, calling in my ship fit Viper. This is only 150k maybe. It's fit, no modules fitted on it, just the standard blueprints that come with it. So, you know, 2 turrets, a wrapper, and that's it. And all we're going to use this for is to get onto the point above B. So you see where B is, you see that little mushroomy thing, that's what we're going for. So now normally I would try some kind of, you know, suitable landing and basically try and get the benefit of this, but I haven't got time for that. So yeah, this is how it's going to go down. I'm already telling everyone to jump out, jump out, jump out, and only me jumped out, and then Josh just jumped out slightly too late. But anyway, we're down. And yeah, I know that's wasteful, but at the end of the day, if it just parked here and sat here, it would expire and explode anyway. So as soon as I called it in, it was lost to me. So what we do is we generally try and get on top of this bit, because you can then put a spawn pad down, and we can put then ammo down, and really this becomes an incredibly good kind of sniper's nest, or, you know, I don't know what you'd call it really. It's like a kind of tower. This is the ultimate tower defense. And I think really what we're doing here was just trolling people. We're not looking to win the points, we're not looking to win you know, capture stuff. We're really just looking to kill people. So, you know, we spawned in, you know, pretty much with whatever we had fit, and then we started to die, and we then called in, you know, we just respawned the pad in different fits. Now, to be honest, this is a blast. If you've never done this before, you know, just get some spares together. 150k is all you need to get a dropship, and just get on somewhere high and start doing this kind of thing. It's hella funny. You can do this on a lot of the maps as well. There's a lot of the buildings in the maps are actually, you know, it's possible to get on top of them. With the risk of sounding even rude. So what you're able to do is, as long as you've got that dropship, you may need an afterburner for some of them, but I think very few. The reality is that you can pretty much just fly up there. Now you need to watch out for turrets, because obviously turrets will just shoot you down. Look at that attack. Oh, brilliant. And I think really the key thing to bear in mind is that you need to get there quick, because otherwise you could be beaten to it, and then you're going to have to fight your way into it. So bear that in mind. Now this particular one on this map is beautiful, because there is no way up here. There, you know, unless they get a dropship and fly over here, which is going to be risky for them, because it'll be under the fire of us. Then this is pretty much unassailable. So I would say this is very much a good place to go. Now you still get sniped, as I just did there, but that just gives you the opportunity to call in different stuff. So now I'm going to have a play with the mass driver, and, you know, again, just it's ideal for this, because you're shooting down and you've got a real capability to, you know, blast people as they run around. So I'd certainly say give this a go. Now, I think some of the things to bear in mind here is you're going to be constantly sniped, so have a consideration of maybe getting some logistics support. Maybe 1 or 2 guys with the revival pens and the armor rep tools is not a bad thing to do, only because, you know, it does help you a bit. But don't worry about dying. I think just bring your cheap fits here. It doesn't matter really. You know, you don't need to bring your A game to this one. The point is just to kind of have a bit of a blast, and I think really that's, you know, don't forget that is what the game is about. It is called a game for a good reason, because you should try and experiment and have a bit of fun with it. Now again, I would say that this is something that we do pretty much quite a lot on these kind of maps. Only because you want to get a good spawn point in, because again, thinking of the tactics map that I did, you know, this map is a tough one, because that CRU and point B are pretty much where you're going to want to focus your attention, and if you don't have the CRU or B, you're pretty much repelled. However, if you then have a clone pad up here, you can do some good fun stuff. So there we go. We don't know if that guy was coming to deal with us. I think he was, because he really was not particularly happy that we kept like killing him. So, you know, you'll see that dude again. But I think it was wonderful that you know, we were really annoying people. And you know, I think some of the squad guys had never done this before, and it just became a bit of a laugh really. So you know, hopefully they enjoyed it as well. So here we go, twin forge gunning. Now again, forge gunning I think is just massively underrated. I think it is an exceptional weapon, and I think when some of the damage it does is great. Now, if I was to change one thing about this, it would maybe give it a bit more splash damage. The assault forge gun is pretty decent, and I'll show some footage of that. I've been using that quite a bit lately. But I would probably say the normal forge gun just needs that little extra, I guess, punch, just to make it a bit more viable, because otherwise it's just, it's missing something. You need a direct hit to really kill anything, which makes sense because it is a railgun, but the ability just to maybe do a tiny bit more splash damage makes it more viable, more like the mass driver. So just a thought, just sowing seeds, you never know. And so we're up here for maybe, kind of half the map, and already we'd maybe had 2 orbitals as well. We got an astronomical amount of kills while we've been up here. And here we go, some super slow-mo kill cam. You can see you've got to be quite accurate with this thing. So you can see I'm actually shooting at his feet. That's my tactic with the forge gun. Don't aim at the body, aim at the feet. It's like rocket launchers in any other games. And you generally get your kills. Now again, you've got to watch out for turrets. So obviously they were hacking turrets. So turrets are a pain in the arse at the moment. They will really do some damage to you. So just make sure you do kill any turrets you come across. Either kill them or capture them. Because they do stuff like that, they really can, shoot across the map and take you out. So I always try and kill enemy turrets as best I can. Now I know some people have been quite angry at the fact that I kill stuff. I blow up the CIUs, I blow up supply depots. I hear you. I know what you mean. I totally agree with you. I think it's a real dick move to do, but sometimes you've got to go for the kind of dick move just to stop yourself being absolutely mobbed. And an idea here is, if I took out that CIU, I'm not going to, but if I did, the whole dynamic of this map is then shifted over to A and C. So I think you should see it as maybe a tactic for yourselves to consider, because I think if you can kill a CIU, you do change the entire way the maps run. You also change the spawn locations and just the attitude. So to me, taking out supply depots that the enemy obviously have and hold has to be priority number 1, because the ability to switch fits and change is got to be the most underrated tactic, I think, in the game. Because if you don't do that, then all of a sudden they'll see a tank, they all switch to anti-tank. That once that tank's dead, they all switch back. If you deny them that ability to easily change, so they have to basically die to actually change suit, then I think that's a massive loss to them, or a massive reduction in their scope and capability. So that's why I say do it. If I'm in the tank, I'll generally destroy anything I can just for the hell of it, because I think sometimes, okay, and I don't mean everything, like, if I wouldn't kill our CIU if they captured it right by our MCC, I would naturally try and capture that back. But I'm talking about, if the map is pretty much lost to us, or if it's aiding them more than it's aiding us, then I'm probably going to destroy it. So post in the comments if you agree with that. I think a lot of you maybe do. I think a lot of you possibly don't. And I think it's an interesting part of the game that you can actually take down these modules. I just think it's going to be even more interesting when you can actually call them in as well. So the ability to call in a supply depot or a turret to a particular part of the map, that would be pretty awesome, because then that, again, it turns the game from being Call of Duty 22008 to being maybe something I guess more tactical, even RTS style. I mean, God, that's a concept, isn't it? So I think that would be something pretty awesome for the game to do. However, we're not there yet. Just a casual reminder as well, there is an event tomorrow. This is the event for the Black Eagles, so please try and get involved with that. It's going to be awesome, and yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good fun. So there we go. A defeat sucks, but hey, at the end of the day, we got a lot of fun out of it, and that's actually the main point of the game. It didn't really matter too much that we didn't win, but good amount of skill points, good amount of ISK, and there we go. Oh, okay, beaten to the top. Synergy Gaming, pro dudes, nice one, dudes. But there we go. So that was I hope you enjoyed that. Please give it a go. I think a cheap dropship is not a bad thing to call in, and you can really have some fun and get to some really unusual places. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.